What is going on, everybody? Welcome back for another Google Ads lesson. As always, Peter, Professor X, here to teach you everything about dropshipping, lifestyle, Google Ads, e-commerce, anything else you guys want to learn about. Anyway, let us talk about something today. And before we do, I kind of want to show you guys what kind of day we had today in my dropshipping stores. Unfreaking believable. Let's take a look at the screen, okay? So this store is almost crossing $5 million in sales, just getting to that 2-year mark of running ads with only Google to the store, which is pretty freaking amazing. That's why I'm going to teach you guys everything I know for that purpose. But yeah, we're probably like 5 or 6 days out from hitting a $5 million mark on this store. And I'm telling you guys, like, subscribe, follow, because I'm going to be doing something very, very special when we do hit that $5 million mark. It is a huge milestone for me. And honestly, I wouldn't know what I would be at if I hadn't started this when I did. So with that being said, I want to get to the next store, which this has been an unfreaking believable day for this store. This store is only at 1.6 million all time, but as you can see, it only started in like May of 2020, and we only started scaling like February of this year, which is freaking insane. But a 37K day on 562 visitors. That is freaking insane. And I'm just doing this, guys, not only for the clickbait, not only to keep your attention, but it is literally just to prove to you guys that I know what I'm talking about. I've been using Google Ads for a very long time, and I'm going to keep going to the list, okay? This is a crazy, crazy day. A lot of huge orders, a lot of optimized ads. We had just redone everything for this store, so it's awesome to see a crazy day like this. The next store, this store has just recently started drop shipping, in March, end of March. And we're having a solid day, nothing too crazy today. We had a refund or two, so not a big deal, but another store that absolutely kills it, and it really just scaled right at the gate, which is pretty crazy. But you can't really expect that out of every store, right? And then this is a store we also lost. As you can see, Shopify payments is on hold right now, which is pretty sad, but it also did 826,000 in sales, which is crazy. And unfortunately, Shopify got us for like not even that high of a chargeback rate. We had a couple, but whatever the hell, not a big deal. But this is crazy, crazy stuff, and I did it all with Google Ads, and that's why my Google Ads knowledge is pretty sick. So with that being said, I don't want to keep you guys any longer, right? I already have a video on how to use Google Ads for any specific product, specifically search ads. Those aren't the only type of ads I use, so I will be putting out pretty much all of that eventually, but I do want to focus on how important this skill is. And this skill could be used for dropshipping, this skill could be used for social media marketing agency, it could really be used for anything. So once you understand the platform, you can run ads to videos, to literally anywhere that's related to the Google Ads platform, like YouTube is. So that's why it makes sense. So with that being said, guys, let's jump into my screen, because today we're going to be talking about how to run ads if you were to run ads for a social media marketing agency. And I think this is super important, because I feel like that's a business that you could start off with not a lot of money, and you could like kind of walk around the local businesses and just tell them, hey guys, I know how to run Google Ads, I can definitely get traffic to your store. This is absolutely crazy. We know exactly how to do it. We could get you new customers. We could basically track all the customers we bring in, so maybe you can only you only have to pay us based on our worth, stuff like that. I know this stuff was huge with Ty Lopez and all that stuff. Social media marketing agency, I know, crazy, but this is a real high income skill in my opinion. I've never tried it myself, but if I did, I'm gonna show you guys exactly how I would do it, because this stuff is pretty simple to get on the top of Google. And I'm gonna break it down for you with a couple different examples, so stick around. And it's just a generic, super broad way of teaching you guys this, so you guys could go off and do it however you want. You want to drop ship, you want to sell info products, you want to run products for other brands, you want to run products for local stores. It just different ways that you can media buy in this, and in this case it's this type of Google ad. So let me show you guys right now in my screen. Welcome back again to the Professor's Google Ads account, guys. This is this doesn't happen every day, so stick around with me as we talk about how I would launch and how you should launch your either media agency or just the different types of scenarios and how I would go about it, right? So in this specific example, I'm going to be using a party rental service, right? Let's say somebody owns a party rental service. So let's say you wanted to open a party rental service, and you're going to run ads for this business, so you could find people in the local area that are going to call you up or maybe visit your in-house store, I guess, to contact you in regards to purchasing services, which obviously, as we know, can be very valuable, right? If you could get a lifelong customer, or if you could streamline more customers for a specific business, your services are obviously very valuable to them. And if I was a beginner, I would seriously consider this, because this is important stuff. If I didn't have a lot of money, this is a way I could go around to local businesses in my area and just ask them if I could work for them, and they pay me on retainer at that point if I could bring them results. And that's the important part. You show them that you can bring them results, and they will actually pay you for it. Why wouldn't they, if you can actually bring them customers? If they're having a slower month, a slower year, they're gonna, if you walk in and you approach them and you say, hey, I really know what I'm doing, I can get you a lot of leads, and you only have to pay me if we see results. And obviously, at that point, they're going to listen to you if they're struggling, and those are the people that you can actually help. And that's the point of this, right? That's the point of business. You're offering a service to somebody that pays you for an equivalent price, and that's what we're going to be breaking down today. So in this case, I'm going to be using a party rental service, but you can use this if you were running. You could approach doctor's office, you could approach pizzerias, you could approach subways, you could approach whatever you want at the end of the day. And we're just going to be driving traffic in the general area to websites or to in-house sales, okay? So let's just jump right into it. Obviously, at this point, we're going to make our goal, sales, which is obviously always the goal, guys, sales. So these are just different campaign types, different type of ads you can run. We could dive into this a lot later on my YouTube channel. I have some other videos, but let's just talk about the search ad for today, because that's what we're going to be breaking down. And then they ask you to pick a goal. So at this point, you're going to align your goal, right? If you're running ads for an app, you're obviously going to pick an app download, which is obviously very effective. Store visits, this is in-house store visits, or website visits, or phone calls. Obviously, it's very subjective to the business, but in this case, where I'm talking about party rentals, I'm going to do store visits and website visits, because they're obviously very important. And let's just say my the website or the brand that I'm running for is, partyrentals.com. It's obviously not mine, but let's just say, for example purposes, that was the business I was trying to help out. And guys, I explained this in the last video, but if you hadn't seen it, this is the search network. And what this means is basically Google's partnering platforms, YouTube, they're partnered with a lot of different websites. It just can advertise your ad on there. And I typically do have it on for some type of ads, but in this case, I'm going to turn it off. If you're asking why, it's just because I want more control. I want to push my ads for people that are actually searching it in the search bar, which is a lot more effective. Somebody who just goes to YouTube to go watch a video is not in the immediate short term ready to probably purchase that service from whatever company you're representing. So for this moment, I'm going to turn it off. But as you know, that's probably an effective feature for some other ads, as you can imagine. So in this case, this is an important part, right? We're going to be talking about the location, and obviously this is very important for in-house stores like pizzerias, like as a party rental service that has to drive all of the stuff to the customer, stuff like that. So we're going to do an advanced search here. We're going to do it by radius, and for this example, I'm going to be using Westfield. It's just a random rich town in New Jersey. I'm just saying that because it is listed as one of the wealthier towns in general in the country, and I think it's just a perfect example. Obviously, in this case, if you have your business, you can narrow it down to the 10 miles around Westfield radius. So it is a bigger distance, or 20 as a bigger distance. And obviously, you're going to get this information from the business. You're going to want to know as much as possible, right? If the pizzeria only delivers in a 30-mile radius, you're only going to advertise in a 30-mile radius or a 28-mile radius, whatever the case may be, to keep it, safe. And the party rental service, obviously, however far they're willing to go out. So at this point, just do your due diligence and find that information out, okay? So I'm going to go with 20 miles at this point. And this is super important, obviously, because you don't want to be spending your ads at random locations throughout the United States, right? Obviously, your party rental service can't drive all the way across to California. So we're going to look at the English language on. Not that important, because we're only running ads to America. United States, rather. Audiences isn't important, because obviously there's no specific audience to actually run this type of, promotion to. Let's just start our daily budget off at whatever you're willing to start it off as. I like to start it off really low, between $20 and $50, because there's going to be words, there's going to be stuff that you're going to have to weed out of this campaign that you might not know about yet. So you don't want to go off and just be spending $50. You don't want to go off and just be putting it at 100 or 200, and the clicks are so high and you don't know why, and you made a mistake and something like that happened and you end up spending a lot, right? So I like to start, between 25 and 50. I'm actually gonna put 25, more conservative. So the bidding is interesting. I always typically do manual CPC. This way I have my utmost control. It does give you the notification now that setting bids manually may result in a lower performance. Use smart bidding, but I don't like smart bidding because then, like I said, the control's in Google hands. I've been over this before. You don't want the control in Google's hands that much because it's just, you want to be in control of your money. And if you give them control of your money, they're going to spend it how they want. And next thing you know, that's that. So that is the first section. The next section is just as important. It's going to be showing us, pretty much how the ad looks aesthetically. And we have some of my old site links here from my last video, which is how I show you guys how to run search ads for a bear, but we're going to be actually putting in new site links because obviously it's a different product. So what I also like to do is I like to get examples from my competitors or from the people, just in general. So I do see people actually running text ads here, which is crazy. So party rental service, Las Vegas Party Tents is running some. They have their address here, which is awesome. And just some different, local party rental places in the area are actually running ads, which is sick because, that gives us perfect stuff to go off of. The site links, as you can see here, that's asking us for is basically this stuff right here, the chairs and the tables. So in this case, I said it would be probably important, but I probably wouldn't do it like this. Okay, what happens when you open up tables? So actually, their site is a disaster. I clicked one of the site links to open up tables, and whoever's doing their ads or whoever's doing whatever they're doing here is absolutely blowing it because they have no link to their thing. And this is the reason why you could just sneak in and take business from people, guys, because people really don't know what they're doing, right? I opened both of these site links and these people literally don't even have their collections or whatever the hell they have set up, right? So it's pretty crazy. But if I was this business, let me show you guys exactly how I would do it, right? So they have the chairs and the tables as their site link. So what I would put here is party chairs, and then I would put my description. So for any occasion, something like this, right? And then my final URL is going to be my collections page. So like I said, if we had a website for this person and they had like a whole collection of chairs, I guess, maybe it had all the picture of the wooden, the plastic, and the metal chairs for people to have a selection of. I would put that exact link. And obviously, as you can see, these people's link was absolutely broken. They just have it linked to absolutely nothing. So don't do that, okay? Find the actual link, go to the person's website, and do that, okay? Then the next thing, I'm going to put another site link. They had tables. So let me just put tables in this case. I guess why not, just to use the same example. Tables for any event. You want more words here, guys. As you can see, there's a word counter. You want more words to take up more space, to take up more eyeball room, and I'll break this down just in a little bit when I go back to the Google thing. But let me just finish it up. I would just put wooden and metal tables, and then obviously my URL, tables. Okay, so let's just say that was the website's link right there. Okay, so as you can see here, this would give us the same site links, but instead of these descriptions, we have our own. And like I said, I don't like these because they're just pretty basic. Like this guy's doesn't say that much about them. As you can see here, he has some grammatical errors. Somebody's not paying too much attention, but you might just not be a Google Ads expert. So I also like to add more site links. This person only has 2 added, or it's only showing 2. They might have more, but I really like to put more, and this is why. Because as you can see here, this person doesn't have their site links showing. So they might have them running, but they don't have them showing in this case, right, for this search. So in this case, this person, Las Vegas Party Tents, was my first action. Okay, they were my first action because they take up more space. They, in general, it takes up more eyeball room on this Google Ads. Yeah, it just takes up more real estate. It takes up more eyeball space, and this is exactly what you want. You want to just have your ad at the top, showing only for yourself, And this way, the person that's down here just keeps getting pushed down and further as far as they could, get pushed down with more site links. Typically only shows 4 anyway, so it would only get pushed down a little bit, but that's just the point, right? You want to beat out your competition in that regard, and that's exactly how you're going to do it, by adding more site links that are clickable, that has a high click-through rate, so Google will push them. So in this case, I would put different things like any event, weddings, baptism, I don't know, whatever it is they actually rent events to and have different styles of, do your due diligence and figure out what they actually run ads to and what they have links on their website to. This way, you have an idea and you can link it to that page. Find pages that they have. If they have promotional pages that say, discounts on weddings, discounts on this, discounts on that, link that stuff. Put the links there so somebody could click on it, because you know what it is? There are triggering words in people's brains when, like, if somebody's searching for something, right? If somebody's searching for a party rental for somebody's birthday and you write here, rent table, like this, birthday party rentals, birthday party rentals, sorry, I have to put a link here, partyrentals.com, any event link, it might link them to something. So then my foresight link could be birthday party rentals, tables and chairs for birthdays, rent tables and chairs for birthday. Make the capitals, guys. I'm a little lazy, I'm speeding through it, so make the capital, make it aesthetic, but this is how I would do it. Rent tables and chairs for birthday parties today on sale, discount here. Parties today, discount here. Okay, and then obviously the capitals and all that stuff, and then obviously the final link. They all have to be different links to different site links, so you obviously have to put these different collections if you have them. But I'm telling you, find links, find something to put so you can take up more real estate, even if it's, don't make it a stupid link, but just make it something that's of value. So something like this, birthday party. And that's the 4th site link. Now, obviously, you could add more. Google typically only shows 4, and they do cycle them in. So if you want to add more and see which one has the highest click-through rate and see which ones people are actually buying through, that is perfectly fine. There's things that you have to do as an agency owner to find out what people are actually looking for more of. Okay, so I'm going to save this. I have 4 site links made here. I'm going to click them all on, and I could preview them. As you can see, this is a mobile view. We haven't gotten to this top part yet, but find party chairs, tables for any event, rent for any events. These are pretty similar, but I wanted to make the tables one. Birthday party rentals, and then obviously this is what it looks at on your desktop. We haven't gotten to this yet, like we said, but these are the site links. Basically how we made it, like I said, you want these capital letters in the front, but I was just too lazy, so you make sure you do that. And this is on the search partners. So this is why I didn't put on the search partner, because this is like a YouTube video, and it's like, if somebody went to go YouTube to watch something, I don't think that they're in their immediate short term they're going to be looking for party rentals. They're looking for whatever video they're looking for. So that was my ideology behind it. I hope that makes sense. So let's go to the next part, which the next part is call out extension. Like I said, this was for the teddy bear episode in the last video, but we're gonna make different call outs. In this case, free delivery on rentals. I don't know if this is true, you got to ask your thing, but this is just promotional stuff that they offer. 30% discount on early bookings. I didn't mean to put this all caps. Don't put this all caps, guys. I apologize. Google doesn't really like people screaming at the customer, so I wouldn't do that. That was a mistake. Free delivery on all rentals, 30% on rentals, 30% discount on early bird, 30% off on early rentals. Buy today for a premium discount. Buy today for a discount, and just fill it up with promotional stuff. This is where your copywriting comes in. This is where your your critical thinking comes in, and you have to keep adding site links that make a lot of sense, that could attract customers' attention. So I could do this all day, but you guys understand. Get some promotional stuff from your business that you're advertising for, even if they can't actually offer 30% off on early rentals. Mark it up, make it seem like it's 30% off, and just use your marketing skills. Okay, but this is exactly how you do it. Or 15% off online bookings. This is another great one because it's like somebody's already clicking on your ad. They're already online, right? And all they have to do is book right at that moment, and they get 15% off. And that is what the customer is thinking about. They're thinking about, how can I get a deal? How can I find a deal? How much is it going to cost me? Oh, wow, it's 15% off if I book it online. Okay, let me bookmark this. Let me write this down. Let me send this to my husband. Let me send it to my wife. Let me, whatever. So obviously we're going to use these call outs, and let's see what it looks like. And this is just under the description. Free rentals, it's clickbaity stuff, something that somebody could read very quick, that it makes a lot of sense to them. 50% off online bookings, buy today for a discount, free delivery on rentals. It's really quick, really easy. Something customers loves, wants to click on, stuff like that. Okay. And then obviously this is on the desktop, and that's what it's supposed to look like. Okay, so obviously call extensions. This is super, super important. This is just a random number, but this is important for a business, because then this is what it looks like on mobile, and this is what it looks like on, right here. It's basically where their number is right here, and basically it's just for people to see it. They're ready on the web. They're ready to call. They're ready to purchase, and they could end up talking to somebody, which is important, because they're gonna call that business, and you're already bringing that business money like that. So obviously you want that phone number call out extension. This is the part where I talked about this in the last episode, and here's where you're going to be testing different keywords. And this is the part where you have to get, again, creative. You got to be careful, and let's just dive into it, okay? So the ad group type is always going to be standard. Don't put dynamic, and people do it different ways. They make different ad groups for different keywords so they can get the lowest cost per click and test different keywords that way. But in my case, I typically just run it all to the same ad group. You can do it either way. I've seen it work either way. I don't really care about finding the lowest cost per click. I typically only run ads to highly converting words anyway, but you obviously have to test them all to find the highly converting ones, and the cheapest ones. So if you want to break each ad group down, that is more than fine, and I'll explain to you what I mean by that. So let's just say for the first ad group, we're going to be testing party rentals near me. That's the keyword we want to test, right? And that's obviously a highly, specific word, right? Party rentals near me. Somebody searching that in Westfield, New Jersey, which is where I'm running this ad. I do want to find somebody that's searching this, because obviously this person wants to find a party rental service that's close by. And I'm going to start off my bid somewhere between 25 and 50 cents. If obviously your ad's not showing with this small amount of bid, 35, 45, 50 cents, just raise it gradually, very gradually, 5 cent, 10 cent intervals, until you finally start getting some impressions. Sometimes in your area, or whatever your case may be, the ads could be more expensive. Typically, if they are more expensive, budgets run out early in the day because a lot of people are clicking on them. But obviously, sometimes you want them running more in the day, right? If you're a pizzeria that's only open 9 a.m. to 9 p.m., you're only going to be running ads within that time block. You're not going to be running ads within the nighttime. So these are things to think about. And party rental service, I feel like, is okay at all times of the day. So in this case, I actually wouldn't mind having the lowest click. Unfortunately, they won't be able to call at all times of the day, but they can find your website and do an online booking on, nighttime, which is awesome, because some people might not be running ads at that time, and your clicks can be very cheap. It's all subjective in your, to your ads account, your neighborhood, everything. So in this case, this is where you're putting your keywords. And this part is going to be a little confusing, but it's not that serious. Just follow my steps, right? And you're going to do this for every single ad group. So this was our keyword they're going to be testing, party rentals near me. So I like to put my keyword specifically in one ad group with two different types of matches. Exact match, which is if somebody searches this exact term spelt perfectly, exactly how I spelt it, I'm going to pop up. So it is a very specific, very targeted, because somebody's paying a lot of attention, right? Somebody's very interested in finding party rentals near them, and they're very, very specific. They spelled everything right. It's not as serious, but it's something to consider. Then the next one is called phrase match. And all that means is that I'm going to put the same exact term. And all that means is if somebody searches party rental near me, or part rentals near me, but they meant party, right? Like they search this, you're still coming up. This one, and this is where it gets tricky because a part rental, they could be talking about a car part. So I typically don't like using phrase match like in cases like this, but if somebody does search party rental near me, or let's say it's not exactly, let's say it has spaces, you'll typically come up for this. But this is a scenario where if you were coming up for like part rentals, like car parts, that's where you would start negating those words, because it's very hard to predict those words without seeing them first. So if you do see those words, those are the words that you're going to negative out entirely out of the ad group because it's coming up. So these are the words I would test like this, and this is exactly how I would do it. This is just one ad group, and then obviously as you test more keywords, if you want to do it like this, you can do it like this. And obviously, you can also enter a related web URL. So if you're testing words like birthday bounce house rentals, right? Because some rental companies have that type of rental with their party rental service. If people are searching this, I would also test an ad. Why not? If the business or your business offers this type of rental, then that is perfectly fine. If they offer cotton candy and popcorn machines, another one, I would probably put those two in the same ad group to test those words simultaneously. Party and popcorn rentals, right? Kids' birthday parties rentals. You got to get really creative with what that business offers as a service. Find those keywords and then add them in each ad group. So I'm going to stop at these two, but just something to think about, right? Let's say you're doing pizza. I'll obviously, put like Domino's.com here, and I'll put pizza near me or pizza delivery near me. And then the keywords could go on and on forever. So, you got to get creative. And the expensive ones, you just typically strip if they're not good and stuff like that. But that's how you would basically do it. And then you would keep testing different AdWords that are actually, very relative. And if they're good, you would obviously keep running them. If they're shit, you would just get rid of them. So that's basically how you, target your keywords. Now we're going to be finishing up the aesthetic of the ad. So let's just say that this was our website, right? We were talking about partyrentals.com. So we're going to put this next part, the display path, is just the stuff next to this. So I just like to put promotional stuff. If you have relative keywords, you could add those too, but it's not a big deal. It is just a little interesting. So I like to put stuff like sale, party rental sale, or if it's relative to a specific ad group, maybe like bounce house or party rentals, tables and chairs, something like this. Or if I'm doing it to the birthday parties, something like this. And you can see it's subconscious keywords that really add to the ambiance of the ad. And then obviously the next part is the headline. As you can see here in the preview, it's all it is. So let's say my business was called Party Rentals, and then I'll put the area, right? Westfield, New Jersey, because it's triggering, in people's brains that it's in that area. Let's try like Party Rentals for all occasions. For all occasion, it does not that big of a deal, like I said. Rent, bounce houses, and candy. Or just like this, maybe bounce house and candy machines, right? Like if I'm running ads to the words bounce house and candy machine, I'm going to put my headline as bounce house and candy machine. Because what the heck is somebody going to do? They're going to click on that ad if they search that. And obviously you're going to put it specific to that ad group. Like in this case, it's making me do it for each one, but I'm just going to show you guys in general, right? This is for the first ad, and this one's for the second ad, the second key terms. Oh no, this is for the bounce house. So I'm not gonna split them up, but this is exactly how I would do it. So for my keywords bounce house, I would only put bounce house or party rentals in Westfield, the generic thing that's related to the bounce house. So you're gonna keep going down the list, right? Cotton candy machines, if you're running ads to cotton candy machines, popcorn machine rental, 15% off, something like this. You know, you want to keep just adding this. This is where your copy kicks in. This is where, you know, you want to be better than the next guy. This guy's writing party rentals, view our inventory today. This guy's writing events of all type. That's okay. You know, that's cool stuff. But the idea is you want to have the highest click-through rate. You want to make it clickbaity. You want people to be drawn in. You want to offer them promotions even if they're not, you know, necessarily on that day. You want to get them in because those clicks are going to keep pushing you to the top because your click-through rate's high. Google's going to favor you. They like the fact that you're spending more because it's working. So this is where you want to, you know, make that stuff applicable. And then this is where you add more description. So party rentals for all parties, free delivery, 15% off online orders today only. And this is, you know, just some clickbaity words that it's going to trigger in people's brains fast. They can see it here. Party rentals for all parties, free delivery, 15% off orders today. You obviously want to add more words to take up more space, like I mentioned. We have and like I said, guys, every word has to be capital, but I'm just, for saving time purposes, you know, I'm just going to write it quickly. Corn, candy, machines, bounce houses, perfect for all parties, something like this. Okay, now I want to fill it up as close to that 90 mark as possible. As you guys can see here, it's a 90 count on each description. I want to fill it up just so I could get as much space down here as possible, but for saving time purposes, I'm going to continue. I would keep writing stuff, you know, order today for discount, something like that. Okay, I'm at 89 words, and then I always do the same exact thing for party rental. So right, this is party rental. I would do the display path. I would add more headlines pertaining to party rentals near me because that is the AdWords I am running to in this campaign. You want to keep it relative to the keywords you're running to the link of your website, right? So the link here is obviously going to be to the page that, you know, has all the details about the bounce houses. This next one is going to have all the details to the party rentals, and it's obviously reflects your quality score. If somebody, like, right, this is affecting this guy's quality score. This is what I mean. I click tables and I go to a random page that has nothing to do with it. That means right now I saw that ad and I'm just gonna bounce off of it. I'm gonna leave. I'm gonna exit out because there's nothing here. Maybe one or two people might search around for the rental items. They might, you know, go around and try to find one, whatever. But a lot of people are just gonna bounce. They're gonna be like, damn, I clicked that link and that shit didn't even work. What the hell's good with this guy? So it's something to keep in mind, and this is gonna lower their quality score. It's gonna raise their bid costs, gonna raise everything. So something to keep in mind, okay? And that's basically it, guys. This is how you preview your ad, how it's totally gonna look. But we're gonna continue just so I'm gonna save and continue so we can see what it looks like. But this is how you finish your ad. It's basically finished. It's not letting me finish it, obviously, because I had, you know, this is not a real website. Nothing about this is real. It was just for example purposes. But this is exactly how you do it. And obviously I didn't complete the party rentals one, but this, you would just finish each one the same exact way. So guys, I hope you really enjoyed the video. I know it was a long one. I hope you learned a lot. And I hope you can take this information and maybe do something with it. If you're a social media marketing agency, if you're a person who's just an individual person ready to run some ads and give it a shot, go to local businesses, test it out, see what they have to say for themselves, see if they'll work for you. See, you know, there are specific ways that you could add something to the ads to show people that you are bringing in people. Aside from the clicks, aside from all the data, aside from the calls that it could track, you can track by giving a discount on the, you know, make them have a page on their website that links just directly to, you know, your service. See how many orders come in through your links that they make for you on their partyrental.com. So there are so many ways that you can prove your worth to this company. And as you can see here, it's very simple, right? As long as we keep getting these ads to the top of party rentals, you know, searches around Westfield, or birthday party rental searches around Westfield, you'll see that that company will gain traction. So I hope it makes a lot of sense. If you have questions, leave it in the comments. Like I mentioned in the beginning of the video, I'm going to be doing giveaways all the time. When I hit 5 million in sales on my store, I'm going to be doing something very special. So subscribe, like, follow, stick around for more. And I'm going to be showing you guys, you know, anything you want to see. Leave some comments on what you want to see. If you want to see how I set up my Google account, you know, people, I know it confuses them a lot. If you guys want to see that, leave comments, let me know. But until then, as always, Peter Professor X giving you the sauce.